I don't want to speak for other people, but I feel like the Aquaman movie translated internationally, and Shazam had a lot of very American humor and or very Western humor at the very least. So I don't know, like I don't know how other translations work because I know with different voiceovers sometimes they have to make jokes in other contexts, and things. So I don't know internationally like how big it was.
I remember Weird Al did that his movie, which was what was that? UHF. And he said they had to rename it.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, they called it Vidiots from UHF or something. Vidiots from UHF. And they're like, we need to pitch this to this other country because this. And it's like, okay, well, why do we need to name it? He's like, well, how about if we name it this? And he's like, I don't care. And then like he gets there and like the first person stands up like at the press junket in that country and they're like, excuse me, why did you name this Vidiots from UHF? And he's like, I don't know. I didn't name it. Is this guy? Some other guy named.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Translations of different cultures is interesting.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I don't know. Do you guys remember MTV Spring Break?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
So there was a host. I don't know if you remember, but it was a guy in a big tiki, like
tiki head
thing, and his name. And I learned later that they named it on the spot. Like one of the hosts, just like they didn't have anything written. They were just like, this is Machu Chachi, because it sounded like vaguely like island-ish or whatever. That probably wouldn't fly nowadays. It'd be highly insensitive. But like. What they didn't gather was that couldn't air in Korea, and Korean viewers in America were kind of like, why'd you name him that? Because Machu Chachi, like phonetically, kind of sounds like the Korean word for big dick. So like I remember watching that and like this big tiki comes on, and I also like I don't know.
Parents stick their head in the room and be like, "What?
Like, why are you watching this?" Because this giant wooden head, like I'm Machu Chachi, like okay.
He's like shaking it around.
Yeah. So I don't know. You never know how things translate to other countries.
Didn't that happen before with your parents thought they were calling some kid like a stupid kid or something?
Yeah. So when Howie Mandel had that cartoon Bobby's World.
Oh, that's what it was.
So Uncle Ted always called Bobby, yo, Babo. So in Korean, I'm going to pronounce this incorrectly, but I'll do as close as I can. It's like Pabo.
Yeah.
So it sounds very similar to that, which is like a little dummy. Yeah. So it's like, yo, Babo. And my mom's like, why is he calling him a dummy? He's just a little kid. Later in life, I found out that my mom called me the Korean equivalent of little shithead for my entire life. And still to this day doesn't think I know what it means. I found out when I was roughly 14 or 15 from a Korean foreign exchange student because she was like aghast. She was like, you let your mother talk to you that way? He's like, I always thought it was son. She's like, no, it's a very derogatory term.
I thought it was I love you.
Oh, wow.
It was just a little joke of hers.
My kids come home sometimes because we live in like Los Angeles area, and so that's a very Armenian and Korean, and it's just kind of weird, like those cultures kind of seeing clash. And she'll come home all the time, being like trying to speak the words that the Korean kids tell her. And one was Pabo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was funny.
Oh, wow.
I don't think it's like a curse word. I think it's just like a you're dumb kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the thing my mom used to call me was very much a curse word.
Hey, if you like this clip and want to watch the rest of the podcast, go ahead and click on the top video there. But it'd be awesome also if you could give us a like if you like this stuff. And heck, if you didn't like it, go ahead and give us a down. That's cool. I mean, it's whatever, whatever.